SPAMBERGER goes full Hitler on guns. Teachers' unions are caught indoctrinating children. This is the Loaded Mic, and I'm Dan Wass. I've been watching what's going on in Virginia with the new governor, Abigail Spanberger, and I got to say, when it comes to gun laws, if Karl Marx had a wish list, this would be it. She campaigned on so-called gun safety, but the second she got a pen in her hand, safety turned into, you don't get to own anything that goes bang. Over 24 gun control bills are flying around Richmond right now, and every one of them treats law-abiding gun owners like they're the problem. They're going after so-called assault firearms, which translates to the exact firearms millions of responsible Americans use every day for home defense, competition, and just plain fun at the range. These are the firearms that groups like Gun Owners of America point out are in common use, and they're not exotic military hardware. Of course, they're coming for your magazines because nothing says we trust you like telling you you can only get 10 rounds to defend your family. No matter how many attackers or how big your property or how long it takes for help to arrive. So some of these bills would ban the sale of or transfer of standard capacity magazines that come factory issued with popular pistols and rifles, and some versions even treat people who already own them like instant criminals. Imagine buying a perfectly legal firearm one year, and then the next year the government calls it contraband, and because they changed their mind. And they want new storage mandates in homes, and there are red flag expansions, so more people can ask the state to take your guns based on vague standards before you've even been charged with a crime, let alone convicted. They're squeezing carry rights too, bills that limit who can carry on college campuses, near polling places, and a growing list of so-called sensitive locations. Great news for criminals who, last time I checked, don't spend a lot of time reading the Virginia Code. They're even tinkering with concealed handgun permit reciprocity, threatening to tear up agreements so that Virginians who follow the law suddenly find themselves disarmed or in legal jeopardy the moment they cross the state line. And because every centrally planned scheme needs a tax, there's talk of new excise tax on guns and ammo, funneling money into a so-called gun violence prevention bureaucracy that, from what pro-gun organizations describe, looks less like a safety effort and more like a well-funded propaganda machine aimed squarely at your rights. They say they're not banning guns outright. They're just going to tax them, regulate them, register them, and sue everyone in the industry until nobody can afford to own one and nobody can afford to sell one. When a governor starts criminalizing common firearms, standard magazines, and peaceful carry of firearms in everyday places while building a bureaucracy to track, tax, and shame gun owners, that's exactly the kind of overreach our founding fathers warned us about. So we're going to talk about this and many other things. He doesn't stir up things on social media. He just tells people when they're wrong. John Chiara. And although he's been banned from ever owning any Wi-Fi enabled devices, he'll always find a way to slide into your DMs. Anthony Diso. Oh, man. All right. So just so everybody knows, I'm not in the studio today. I am in dreary Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And we're just trying to get away from some of the wretched winter up in New York. But so, guys, I just wanted to get your opinion on these new gun laws coming down the pike in Virginia. And John, you and I went to that big rally just a few years back anyway.
Yep. I feel much safer now.
Yeah, well, they're at it again. They're going back to their old ways. What are your thoughts?
I just don't understand. Again, and this is another one of the few questions I've been asking regularly to everyone like, what's the end game here, and why are you doing what you're doing? Why are we trying to legislate guns away from law-abiding citizens? It doesn't make any sense. They're not causing the problems. It's like we have crazy things going on in the world, and we're always siding with the criminals, and yet in this area, we're going after law-abiding citizens and trying to limit what they can do when they're causing zero problems. It's like ignoring drunk drivers and just going after the sober drivers. It makes no sense.
Well, I know, and like I said before, we've talked about this before. When we look at it from a logical perspective like that, it makes absolutely no sense. The problem is our brains don't work like theirs. We have to try to put ourselves in their mindset and look at it from a perspective of they want to control all Republicans, conservatives, and their political opposition, and they want to box everybody in and keep them under control so there can be no uprising against tyrannical government. I truly believe this has nothing to do with criminals or criminal activity. It has everything to do with Democrats trying to disable, disarm, and make vulnerable their political opposition.
No other reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's
what else could it be?
Problem that they're fixing.
Well, by the way, I was at that rally, just so you guys, I know dementia and.
No, I have a picture of you and Dan sitting in the restaurant.
Yeah.
He had one.
Wait a minute. No.
Four.
That was the second one.
Yeah,
that was the second one that we all went to. John and I went to the big one, which was about 5 years ago, I think.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. I couldn't go.
Right, John?
Went to the Duck Dynasty militia meeting.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Right.
Duck Dynasty.
That's right.
It was great.
And that was put on by the Virginia Citizens Defense League, our friends over there at BCDL. Did I get that right?
It was
Virginia
cold
Citizens
that
Defense BCDL.
So much for Virginia sticking to their, their rights down there.
It's terrible.
She's going to destroy that place.
Oh God, she's a
Don't they have a
freaking
dog
tyrant.
walking tax she wants to put in?
I heard something like that.
Dog walk. Are you serious?
Yeah, look at her list of taxes. She wants to raise their taxes to they're like, how ours is 8%?
Yeah.
17.5%.
What a deal.
Who's going to go to Virginia on vacation? Not me. She lost my business.
Wow. Or you can go to California and pay by the mile as you drive.
That's
and New York
ridiculous.
And New York City is no better. New York City has really become a hellhole. I mean, you let these
get back there, and we should plan a trip to New York and walk around the streets and do a man on the street thing.
Yeah,
interview some people.
I don't even know what to expect when we get down there. I have no idea what it's going to be, what it would be like. Can't be good walking those streets. But anyway, it's a hellhole down there. That's from everything that I'm seeing in the media. So Virginia's on its way, and New York City is there already with Kami Mandami. So I think we have a clip of how they're just letting garbage pile up in the streets. Can we play that clip? It's so ridiculous.
All the trash piled up in New York City.
Oh my God.
Mandami's doing a bang-up job, isn't he? Look at this. Watch Michael Rappaport. Check out Michael Rappaport.
Look at this poor bastard ain't getting out until the spring. Look at this dirt a week after the snowstorm.
Look at all those cars.
Look at this dirty hole. Look at this. I don't know what this guy's gonna do. This guy.
This is insane.
Call your insurance company. Look at this dirt. Where's the mayor to clean this up? They got garbage everywhere.
Oh my God, dude.
Dirty snow. What do you do with this? Where's your shovel now, Mandami?
Where's the mayor at? Where's the mayor?
You know how many people fall, break their ankles? Look at this. This is New York. Start spreading the news. And this is on the Upper East Side.
All
3
that
minutes
dirt,
from where the mayor
mud,
lives. Look at
snow,
this
gross.
guy. Look at this. Look at this. This guy's never getting. Look at this. Look at this. It's the reality of New York City. 1 month. Where's the salt? Where's the shovels? Where's the plows? Bullshit, fake.
Get what you pay for, New York.
Look at this. Look at this. This is great luck for New York. Look at it.
Ay, ay, ay.
What a
Imagine
shame.
the rats that are running around those streets right now. Like,
What a
the
freaking
rats have
shame.
got to be like the size of dogs at
Varmints.
this point.
I know.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
There's yeah, it's so bad. I don't. This is what happens when you let a communist run your city. There's also one more. Can we play that other clip? I think about one more clip on this.
Live from New York, people. It is snowing and the sanitary department is behind in picking up. This is a mountain of garbage right here. It stretches almost the whole block.
Oh my God, dude.
Where's everybody
You
charging
know-
their electric cars in that weather?
But you know what's really interesting about that is I've been to New York City on garbage day. And when you walk out of the buildings, there's, usually like a row of garbage bags or something. It's not anything like that. And on garbage day, that city smells like crap. And I can only imagine what it smells like with the mountains of garbage. It's like, what the hell are these people doing? And why did they vote for this guy? I don't know. Go ahead. What are your thoughts, guys?
Free
I
stuff.
want to know who voted for him. We need a chart on all this stuff.
I don't think
Who
anybody
voted for
voted
him?
for him. I think they cheated.
I think, well, that's the thing is that, and this is another argument I've been getting from so many on the left lately. It's like, well, there's no evidence of any cheating. I go, there's evidence all over the place in different spots. And you think if it happened once, it only happened once? What else in the world works like that? Nothing works like that. If it happened once, it happened 1,000 times. You just don't know where it is. That's all.
MAMDANI definitely cheated to get in. There's no doubt.
Or people are really, really stupid.
You heard the word free. Got to get the free stuff.
Well, they got the free
Well,
groceries,
and that's
right? There's
just-
one open now.
They
I
got the
saw.
free garbage on the street.
Maybe that's where the free groceries getting their food from.
Yeah, just pick a bag. Pick a bag, any bag.
And that's just it. These stupid ass liberals in New York City voting for this guy because they thought everything was going to be free, and the idiots believed him, and now they're actually going to be paying more for things. It's like, how stupid can these people be to keep voting for this same crap?
Well,
Unbelievable. I got an article here. One of the things he's doing, I'll just give you the headlines pretty much because we don't have a lot of time. We got a ton of stories. The New York City homeowners are blocked from selling under Zoran Mandami. Homeowners and small landlords are facing what critics are calling a direct assault on private property rights after the New York City Council approved a sweeping new housing law that hands government-favored nonprofits unprecedented power over real estate sales. The measure established a so-called Community Opportunity to Purchase Act, COPA, a policy that forces certain property owners to give politically connected nonprofit groups the first right of refusal when selling multifamily buildings, even allowing them to match or override private offers.
Why would a non-for-profit want to open an apartment building?
Government run.
To let Somalis come in.
They pay no taxes.
For Somalis.
It's like a church.
It's-
Don't pay taxes. The nonprofits don't pay tax.
I know that.
That's why they want to buy the building.
Ugh.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you want to sell your house, you want to sell your building, let's say to a family member, you can't. You can't. You literally can't because they are going to take first refusal of your property. Yeah, I guess as far as I understand, they're going to pay you the value of it or whatever. But I don't even know about that either. That might change too. But what if you don't want to sell it to anyone else for any price? What if you want to keep it in the family? See, this is a strategy that the communists and the leftists are going to use to break up family wealth. In other words, you can't, if Anthony's got a multi-unit building in New York City, he wants to sell it to his daughter for $1. Well, some company's going to come in that New York City approved, that the mayor, the city council approved, and they're going to say, no. We got a buyer for you who's going to pay you, the appraised value, and you're going to have to take it. Your daughter's not going to get that building. This is BS.
Absolutely. It's destroying private property rights. That's one of the first steps, right? You eliminate private property.
Yeah. It's a way of getting undermining property rights.
It's only the beginning down there.
And then they're also.
Did you see who we hired for the Department of Corrections commissioner? The guy's actually a convicted felon.
Well, he knows the game.
Just like
That's
the
what
liberals.
they said. Well, he's been in the system, so he knows it. I'm like, so now we're hiring convicted felons to run the Department of Corrections? Like,
well,
I'm like, this is out of a movie.
Democrats hire for their cabinets for health departments. Look who they hire for health departments. These obese, people who are clearly unhealthy and most of the time don't even know what gender they are. And that these are the people who are running most health departments in states. So yeah, but anyway, Mamdani wants to do a millionaire's tax. And this article from Kiplinger's, which is a finance publication, says, "Let the New York exodus begin." Wherever you live, how large a tax increase would you tolerate before you would consider leaving for another state? Where do you hear some of these numbers? Starting in 26, the state's top 5% income earners will be subject to a temporary personal income tax on top of the state's general income tax. It's hefty too. The tax is 10.9% for incomes above 25 million. The measure is scheduled to sunset in 2032. For some wealthy New York residents, that might be enough to make them pack their bags. There's another wrinkle. On January 1st, 2026, Mamdani was sworn in as New York City's 112th mayor. Mamdani proposed to hike the city's top tax rate from 3.9% to 5.9%. If approved, combined with the state rates, the income of New York City's wealthiest would be subject to tax of almost 17%, the highest in the country. You don't do that to rich people. They're smarter than that. They're going to leave.
According to the leftists, I talked to the leftists, and they're like, "Well, that's the largest port in America. Who cares?
There's lots of ports
all over. There's lots of ports, bud. If you think a millionaire and a billionaire aren't going to pack their business up and leave, you're sadly mistaken. I'm not going to pay. No billionaire or millionaire is going to pay for poor scumbags who can't get a job. They're not going to do it.
Right.
Nope.
And if they lose, if they take their businesses and leave, now you have people who are unemployed.
Right. Less taxes.
Where are you getting that money from?
No, that's all. It feeds on itself.
New York City,
like eating their own tail.
It's like maggots. They're like maggots.
Yep.
New York City is going to be left with radical Muslims, liberals, and hobos. That's going to be the population.
I'm wondering when the stock market is going to uproot and go.
Yeah, right. Take it down to Florida or something. Take it down to Miami or take it to, somewhere. Wherever.
Take
Texas.
it anywhere where you're not going to get. And that right there, you'll lose tens of thousands of jobs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It'll be.
Hey, let me get to one of our
high taxes.
Let me get to one of our sponsors real quick. We pick up. You want to know who's fighting for your gun rights? Gun Owners of America. Now, GOA is the No Compromise Gun Rights Group, so I urge you to become a member at gunowners.org. Well, what have they done? Well, GOA secured a preliminary injunction against the ATF pistol brace rule. GOA members submitted a record 85,000 plus comments opposing the ATF's universal registration check rule that helped enact permitless carry in Nebraska and Florida. GOA secured victories in California, Illinois, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. Plus, they won 2 legal victories against the ATF's zero tolerance policy. And GOA fought to overturn Joe Biden's ban on funding hunter education shooting sports and archery in schools. So with the constant attacks on our Second Amendment, we often ask ourselves, well, what can I do? Well, this is what you can do. You can become a member at gunowners.org and help us save the Second Amendment. So I don't know what's going to happen with New York City. I think it's going to get so bad that they're going to run this guy out of town and put a Republican in. But who knows?
4 years from now, that won't be good. There'll be nothing left.
A pile of
I don't think there'll be
garbage.
anything left in 4 years. And then you got the moron governor picking a running mate who was arrested for welfare fraud. That right there is unbelievable.
You can't make it up, right? It's just.
And then you got the other moron there, the lieutenant governor running against Hochul,
Delgado,
who
right.
doesn't have a chance in snowball's chance in hell. And he picks another dirtbag.
Yep.
Another dirtbag is this running mate. I don't get it. Oh, it's the first all black ticket. Oh, there we go again with we gotta have the first black ticket.
See, what's funny is we're technically consider ourselves upstate, right? And you go an hour south of here and everything changes. You go as far down just as far as Kingston and everything is completely different. It's a whole different world. So they must think that things are going to work out somehow. I don't know where they think the money's coming from or how it's going to work.
It's insane.
Well, Anthony's talking about hiring black people, and it's like if you don't just hire people because of their skin color,
That's like hiring a black guy to run it's like hiring a black guy to fly a plane who has no experience at all. You getting on that
just
plane
because
because he's black? Imagine that.
Somebody
well,
must have
there was
checked it out.
another.
I just
I
got in
don't
the
have the
cockpit
story,
today.
but there. I
What
don't
did you
have the
find?
story with me, but there was another. There's a recent another Black Lives Matter leader is going to jail because she took millions of dollars from the donations. It's like this is what you get, people.
See,
This is what you get.
I think they seem to think that the only people that can do wrong are white people. Everybody else is just angels. I always think about Milton Friedman saying, where are you finding these angels? Where are you finding all these people that are giving all this stuff away and paying for everything and letting you do whatever you want and thinking that the world's just rosy? It just doesn't exist.
And black people should be pissed off at them
They
for
are.
stealing
Well,
their money.
a lot of them are pissed. A lot of the black people and a lot of legal immigrants are really pissed off about a lot of this stuff because it's hurting them.
And the one lady, she bought like 4 mansions in all white neighborhoods.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Hey, I hate white
was,
people, but I bought a mansion next to a bunch of crackers.
that was Patricia Cullors.
Yep. All high-end mansions and all white neighborhoods.
Of course, yeah. They want you to these people like these leaders from BLM want you to think that they appreciate their own community, but as soon as they get enough money, they move out of their community.
Yep.
To
They don't help them.
someplace safe, right?
Someplace safe with all those pesky white people. Those pesky white people that want to hurt me.
Before we go to break, I want to hit on this one story, and Anthony wanted to talk a little bit about this, but there's an article from our friends at New York Post. Teachers' unions have hijacked classrooms across the U.S. to indoctrinate students with far-left propaganda. A wave of school protests sweeping the U.S. in response to the fatal shooting of 2 anti-ICE protesters in Minnesota has revealed how teachers' unions have weaponized classrooms for their own left-wing agenda. The unions have revealed themselves as political operatives more concerned with indoctrinating kids than teaching them reading, writing, and arithmetic. These disruptions didn't materialize out of thin air. The teachers' unions fired the starting gun by blasting out anti-ICE propaganda to teachers, urging them to rally against immigration enforcement and turn schools into battlegrounds for their partisan fights. And I think we have a clip. This is the clip that Anthony saw that's become so bad that this woman has decided to pull her child from school. Can we play that clip?
Is this serious? I'm pulling my child today. This is my daughter's middle school. Being allowed to protest ICE agents. disrupting traffic, having everyone honk. I'm pulling my child from school today.
This is what they're teaching the kids. But before we comment, I want to play one more clip.
Today, they kill people and get no punishment at all. ICE killed 2 people in Minneapolis on top of 10s and 20s of others. ICE is a terrible thing.
We need to defund ICE. It is not okay for people to be torn out of this country for what? Their skin color? Our school is 60% Hispanic, okay? And we got at least 150 people here, okay? This is turning up into a messed up world. It's going really bad. It's not really good for us. We deserve to have a country where we can feel safe in.
This country was built on immigrants.
You know what the problem with this is? These kids are so infantile and they are so underdeveloped psychologically and socially, mentally, that they think what they're doing is good. And it's such a shame that they can be brainwashed to this point where the teachers are encouraging them to skip school and protest. Can you believe that? Like back in the 80s and 90s, could you imagine a teacher encouraging the kids to skip school and go protest a political?
It should be illegal.
Absolutely.
As I already told my son, I said, you better let me know if your school tries to get you to go out and protest because someone's getting an ass whoop.
Big time.
Because they're not your kids. You cannot put a kid out in a protest without a parent's. You're not their parent.
Really? What if something happened and one of those kids got shot or run over?
Five kids got ran over by a bus in a protest. And I don't remember what state it is. They were out protesting. They stepped off the curb and a bus came by.
Hate that.
So how can a school take your child out into the streets and protest? They can't. It's not a school trip. And then they're carrying a Mexican flag.
Unbelievable.
A Mexican flag.
The thing of it is that most legal Mexicans are not even in favor of any of this crap. They don't want to deal with this stuff. They don't want.
But to be in America and waving another country's flag is unbelievable. Back in the 80s, you would have got your ass whipped if you did that. Straight up. That's what we need to bring back.
I agree. You know, army
people need to start getting
out
smacked.
there doing it.
We need a purge.
Something's going to happen.
No, we need
what's going to happen.
So it's funny that these people go out in the protest, right? But the reading scores in Minneapolis,
Oh my
they're
God.
all reading at 3rd grade level.
Right. There's like nobody that can pass the math exams, right? Nobody.
It says right here, only 50% of the students are failing to reach grade level standards. Let's go out and protest, stupid. Imagine this country in 30 years. Oh, my Lord. We'll be gone, hopefully, and we won't have to see it 'cause it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
The problem is the teachers are the first generation of this brainwash. So now the brainwashing is not only on these kids, it's the teachers, it's their parents, because that's how long it's been happening now. Now we're getting into 2 generations deep of this liberal brainwashing, and there's nobody to be the disciplinarians, because typically it would be the parents who would discipline the kids. But the problem is the parents and teachers need to be disciplined. And who's going to do that?
Well, I just talked to a right-wing teacher friend of mine again, and I've been talking to him about this for 10 years at least. I ran into him Saturday, and I said, hey, how's school? He just put his head down and shook his head. He says, it's incredible. He says, I can't do anything. He says, the parents are so against anything that was normal a generation ago. I can't even teach my classes. The attitude of the children because of their parents is so terrible that he hates going to work and he loves teaching. It's terrible.
That's unbelievable. Hey, listen, we got to go to a quick break. We're going to go to a quick break, but we'll be right back after this. Stick around.
The Cali Key removes your AR from the definition of an assault weapon. It lets you keep your rifle with all its features, avoid registration hassles, and transport in hostile jurisdictions. The Cali Key also lets you hunt in jurisdictions like Pennsylvania and enhances long-range precision shooting. Cali Key's expert legal opinions empower informed decisions, and sales help grassroots Second Amendment organizations. Cali Key is your tool to keep and equip your AR, empower yourself, and defend your civil rights.
Our founding fathers saw them coming over 200 years away. That's why they wrote the Second Amendment. Join us in the fight to preserve your gun rights and stop unconstitutional gun control. Gun Owners of America is the country's only no-compromise gun rights organization. Not only do we inform and educate, but we bring the fight to court and win. Your God-given right to keep and bear arms is our top priority. Become a member today and help us take back America. Join us at gunowners.org.
So here's something interesting. This is a story in Breitbart. Minneapolis mayor, law enforcement wrecks my sanctuary city economy, he says. It's unbelievable. So the mayor of Minneapolis, Frey, what's his name? Jacob Frey, says his political coalition's standoff with ICE is demolishing his unusual and peculiar sanctuary city economy. I'm sitting at my desk here, and he says, just got some really sobering figures about the impact that this Operation Metro Surge is having on our communities. He says there's a mass impact on our small local businesses. Small local businesses collectively are losing between $10 and $20 million every single week. Businesses along cultural corridors are down at least 50%. And the Latino-owned businesses and Somali-owned businesses are drastically below that. Hotels have lost $4.4 million because of cancellations. And so for those that claim that they care about our economy, care about our business, there's a very quick and straightforward antidote to bring these businesses back, which is to have Operation Metro Surge and to have ICE leave our city. And so my initial thought was, okay, so the economy is bad because of this, because the city is in an uproar, and your left wingers are rioting and causing all this trouble. Well, that's why your city is losing its economy. But then I read further, and it says his complaint is plausible because Democrats have built the city's economy on these Somalis and these illegal immigrants. So the whole economy is built on people who shouldn't be there. So Trump's coming in and pulling them out, and the economy is collapsing because it was built on illegal aliens. What are you guys' thoughts?
Well, what were they building? I mean, I don't. A lot of these people are not working, right? I mean, it's just not working. I mean, all the families of these people that are here aren't working, and somebody's taking care of them. So how does that work? I wish we need charts on all this stuff. I mean, there's just so much information that's just not apparent, not easy to find for sure.
Well,
federal money.
I tell you,
they get funds.
Well, they must. They have to, right? Otherwise, they'd be dead. They have to be getting something from somewhere. Why don't we know about? Why isn't that front page news? I mean, I would think every local city would have. Every Saturday morning they'd have a readout on the front page of the paper about how much it costs to support all these people that are freeloading in their cities. Why would you not want to know that? I want to know that.
Look at all the fraud money that rolled in there.
Big time.
You can live off of that for the rest of your life.
Well, true. That's
why they're not working. They got money in the bank. And I want to know what corner store makes $20 million a week.
There's got to be a whole underground economy going there that we don't know about. It's terrible.
There ain't no convenience store on the corner making $20 million a week, or I'm buying one.
Haji Hijaj, or whatever his name is on the street corner. He's got his little deli.
$20 million
a week.
Yeah, turkey sandwiches. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, here's another story that about Anthony's girl, Hillary. The Clintons, and this is AP News. Clintons finalized an agreement to testify in House Epstein probe, bowing to threat of contempt vote. So they could be in contempt of court. So they worked out a deal, I guess, where they're going to come and they're going to testify. So Former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton finalized an agreement with House Republicans Tuesday to testify in a House investigation into Jeffrey Epstein this month, bowing to the threat of a contempt of Congress vote against them. Hillary Clinton will testify before the House committee on February 26th. Bill Clinton will appear on February 27th. It'll mark the first time that lawmakers have compelled a former president to testify. The arrangement comes after months of negotiation between the two sides as Republicans sought to make the Clintons, both Democrats, a focal point in a House committee's investigation into Epstein, a convicted sex offender who killed himself.
Yeah. Hillary was
in a New York City in a New York City jail. So there you go. There's going to be two days of ripping them apart.
You know what's amazing? That this is what I say about the Don Lemon garbage. So the three morons who were in there with him got arrested immediately.
Right.
It took almost 2 weeks to get Don Lemon into cuffs. That should infuriate every Democrat on how the difference people with money are treated to people who are poor. And then Hillary Clinton, the same thing. If you were held in contempt, they would have came and got your ass and put you in jail. As soon as you didn't say you were testifying, they'd come in and get you. But if it's Hillary and Bill, do whatever the hell you want. And you know what they're going to do? Plead the fifth. That's what they're going to do.
I'm going to watch.
Well, isn't there something like if they plead the fifth, they have to testify if they get subpoenaed, right? Is that how that works? I can't remember. If they plead the fifth in something like, I don't know what's going to happen here, but remember Hillary when she was questioned by Congress for Benghazi, she said, "What difference at this point does it make?" So I think what they're going to do is they're going to take 2 days. And, of course, the Democrats are going to praise them, because it goes 5 minutes Democrat, 5 minute Republican questioning, right? It's going to be back and forth, praising and destroying. It's going to be 2 good days of TV anyway.
Well, again, the whole Epstein thing, I mean, to me, it's ridiculous. It's a giant distraction. I mean, of all the things we have to worry about, that's what we want to worry about. I don't give a crap about any of this stuff. I mean,
that's true.
It's so many people are like, well, what's the difference between this life and death situation and the Epstein files? Okay, that's what you're worried about. It's just dumb. I mean, if you can't concentrate on anything more important than that, I hate to say it, but boy, people shouldn't be voting. It's pretty crazy.
Because they want.
Well,
Trump to be
John, you make a good point. You make a good point. Here's another thing. That we shouldn't be talking about, but the political left has made it such an issue, and it's something that's irrelevant as far as anything goes. But because there's so many other things we should be concerned with, but here we are, and we're going to talk about it just for a little bit, just because it's funny. But one thing I'm getting tired of is the tranny arrogance. Now these people are now doubling down on the insanity, demanding that we buy into their delusion. Do we have that photo? Okay, so this guy, apparently his name is Allie or Allison, more like Alan. He says, "My pronouns are she, her, and she, they. Respect is not optional. Know my dead name, good for you. Don't address me by it. Don't misgender me or call me sir, ever. If you do it once and say it was a mistake, I'll correct you, and that will be that. Do it again. It's not a mistake anymore. Transphobia will not be tolerated." What are you guys' thoughts about this guy?
I don't know. I haven't seen this. I saw some woman today talking on a podcast, on a clip, and she literally had a beard. I mean, and she was just going through all the normal rhetoric about the trans stuff.
Supposed to call her.
Oh my!
I don't think so. I'll call you whatever you want. What are you gonna do? I'll smack that forehead.
What does this guy do? What is his trip?
He's a woman, I guess.
Well, I mean, is he in some position of power that we should care about, or what's the deal?
No, that's the thing. That's the point I'm trying to make. There's an arrogance among some of these idiots that is just unjustified, that he has no reason to be so arrogant and demand that people call him a certain thing, trying to pretend that he's a girl and making you call him a he or a she while he's got that receding hairline. I mean, come on, it's so silly. But the thing is, I think it's starting to annoy me, so I'm sure it's starting to piss a lot of people off.
Well, it is because you've lived a certain way your whole life and never, I mean, I'm assuming never had bad thoughts about me, like you were saying before. Just live your life and do what you want to do.
Right,
I don't care.
and that's what I was talking about.
Right.
These people,
and they're in your face, and they're
Right.
demanding that you knuckle under to what they think is important. And I'm like, who the heck are you?
I'm gonna call you by your real name. If you're
that's what I would do.
You're
Just
Tommy,
call him
then
a
you're
name.
Tommy. You got a problem? I'll smack your giant forehead.
There you go. Anthony's got the solution to all this. Smack your giant forehead.
Bring bullying back.
The old wiener into a muffin trick. Oh.
I think we lost our host.
Poor Dan.
All right, so let's give this guy a knuckle sandwich.
Knuckle sandwich.
All right, so let me get to one of our sponsors real quick. This device, the Cali Key, removes your AR from the definition of so-called assault weapon. Did you know that when so-called assault weapons ban lists are created, they exclude manually operated bolt-action firearms? So just by dropping the Cali Key into your direct impingement AR in place of your semi-automatic BCG, you'll have a bolt-action rifle that falls outside the definition of assault weapon. You don't need to do anything else. So give the Cali Key a look, because with it, you could retain all your rifle's features, avoid registration complications, revive your black rifle sales as an FFL, regain the ability to do private party transfers, legally transport across hostile jurisdictions, hunt with your AR in areas like Pennsylvania, enhance long-range precision and quieter suppressed shooting. Cali Key has state-specific expert attorney opinions on its website and supports grassroots Second Amendment organizations with its sales. Cali Key's mission is to empower customers and claw back our civil liberties. So go to CaliKey.com and use the discount code LOADED. CaliKey.com, discount code LOADED. All right. So since we're on the topic of weird liberal stuff, there's this, liberals typically are not shy when it comes to speaking their opinion. I mean, as a matter of fact, they're getting in your face everywhere you turn around, even when they don't have all the information. So this woman, I got a video clip. This woman has a problem with guns, doesn't understand the Bill of Rights, and is clearly So let's take a look at this clip. You guys are gonna like this.
Every single one of you who cares more about your stupid fucking gun than the lives of kids. You are so dumb. Your Second Amendment is not unlimited. You are just the most horrible humans on the planet, that you care more about your fucking guns than kids. I hope karma is horrible to you, all of you.
You hear that, Anthony?
Yeah, I'm a horrible piece of effing junk. Wow. My gun's upset.
They have no idea what they're even talking about. They've been convinced that somehow we don't care about children. We care more about guns than children. We're willing to watch children die for our gun rights. And it's the exact opposite. They just don't understand. I don't think they're smart enough to understand that we have guns to protect our children. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
Does she understand that the criminals are out there doing it, not us?
Yeah. They're so stupid.
We got to get
They're
a list
so
together.
freaking stupid, but it's emotion that drives legislation. So
we need a list of gun-free zone killings and stuff that we can just easily go, here you go, pop. What about all these kids? All these kids could have been saved if there wasn't a gun-free zone there. Pop, go ahead. Start with that as your premise, not like, oh, you people are terrible people. I hope karma comes. What's the matter
Imagine
with
being married to that moron and waking up
first
next
of
to
all,
that?
again, this is a lot of the crap that these women get away with this stuff. Because if a guy said that to somebody face to face, they'd get smacked.
Oh, yeah.
They're not,
Well, she needs to be smacked.
Somebody needs to smack her. Anthony.
Or she needs to get back in the kitchen, shut her mouth, and make a sandwich.
I think
women's work
I'm
needs
just
to come back into style.
I think we need to go on the road with a Smackfest show. Huh? Find out where they are, knock on the doors, and they open it.
Get a big styrofoam hand. Boom. Smack them across.
No, punch him right in the face.
Better than a knuckle sandwich.
We'll call the show. We'll call it's called the Smack a Liberal Tour.
Smack a liberal. Exactly. Funny.
Anyway, so
that would be Salt. Smack a Liberal Tour. We're going on a Salt tour.
yes, Salt. It's Salt. That's
It's
good.
Salt. No
I
ice.
think we're on to
Just
something.
Gosh. See, Adam Carolla said they should rename ICE the national, whatever it is,
Nice.
so it would be nice. They got a naming, they got a branding problem. Oh man,
You gotta get rid of nice.
Before we run out of time, I want to get to another story here. Okay, so this is in Breitbart. Melinda Gates' ex-husband Bill Gates needs to answer horrific Epstein allegations. Melinda Gates reacted to the release of Jeffrey Epstein's emails involving her ex-husband Bill Gates, including horrific allegations Epstein made such that Bill was attempting to dose her with antibiotics to fight an STD without her knowledge by saying Bill and other Epstein associates need to answer to those things. Here's a quote from Melinda. I think we're having a reckoning as a society, she told NPR's Wildcard podcast host Rachel Martin on Tuesday. No girl should ever be put in the situation that they were put in by Epstein and whatever was going on with all the various people around him. When she's talking about various people, she's talking about her ex-husband. Exactly. It's beyond heartbreaking. I remember being those girls were. I remember my daughters being those ages. Melinda Gates, who has 2 daughters and a son with the Microsoft co-founder, went on to say, quote, so for me, it's personally hard whenever those details come up because it brings back memories of some very, very painful times in my marriage, but I've moved on from that, end quote. So what are your thoughts on this? Here she is, her ex-husband is coming up in these Epstein files, and now if she was married to him, she'd have a completely different view, just like Hillary supporting Bill. But now that she's not married to him, it brings a new dynamic, an interesting dynamic, where she's speaking out against him now, and she might have a lot more dirt on him. What are your thoughts?
Perfect.
I hope, I guess, if we, again, really cared about that stuff, which is not big on my radar, but hey, if she can shed some light on some of this stuff and we can actually see firsthand experiences, I guess that can't hurt, right? Is everybody afraid of that or no? Are there liberals afraid of us seeing that, her speaking up?
I don't know what their response has been. But yeah, I mean, I know this is something we probably could do. It probably is kind of stupid, but when you think about it, these Epstein files could bring down a ton of Democrats, and this politically could really be a defining moment and really help the world see what these Democrats are up to. I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference or not, but anyway, go ahead.
Another example of how, because they focus on the people that they hate and we got to go get that person. And like they usually do, they totally don't look at any collateral damage that might happen because of that. And it's probably going to be just that, right? All kinds of people are going to fall into that trench. And then what are you going to do then?
Well, look at Jay-Z. He's on the list.
A lot of people are on the list, right?
Yeah. A lot of rap stars are on the list. Diddy's on the list. Diddy's been there.
Diddy was diddling.
Jay-Z, Beyonce, they're all involved. But we don't hold these people accountable because they have money. If you were on the Epstein list, You'd already be gone,
I'd
bud.
be gone by now. I'd be
They'd
disappeared by
be
now.
like, yep, John Sherrick got sentenced to life in prison. He's gone by now. But now John
Bye-bye.
Sherrick, the billionaire, wow, it's a little different.
Yeah, you don't
That
have
would
to
be
go
different.
bye-bye.
Yeah.
Well, she said they need to answer to those things, not me, she added. And I'm so
She was
happy to
there.
be well, she says she's so happy to be away from all the muck.
Oh,
So that tells me that she knows what's going on.
she knew every bit of what he was doing.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden that you're divorced, you don't think you're liable.
Yeah,
That's
right.
gonna be a good one. When there's photos of her yanking kids, get over here.
Terrible.
I just like how
Yeah, I
they're
don't
chasing
know.
Trump. Just love how they
I don't know
think
what
he's on
hap-
this list.
I don't know what happens to some of these people when they get involved in that twisted stuff, but there's a whole bunch of them. It's like something there's some sort of cultish group with that they're joining. I just don't get it. I mean, you got all the money in the world. You could have such a great life with your family and do all the great things that this country and other countries, for that matter, offer, but yet you're going to these pedophile islands and you're doing weird, twisted stuff like this to children. I don't understand what the attraction is, but they have to be stopped. These are the perverts that society should condemn, but Democrats praise them. Can you figure this out? I can't understand it.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Well, I guess if it fits the agenda and it fits the narrative, they have to stick to it, right? Because they can't stray off the plantation on that stuff. But like the whole Nicki Minaj thing, it's like you change one thing and all of a sudden, oh my God, she's terrible. I'm not listening to any more of her music.
Yeah.
I'm tearing up my concert tickets. It's like, how stupid are you?
She's worth $500 million. She's not worried about. She's not worried about your ticket, bro.
You know, the same thing happened with Trump. They used to love Trump, and then as soon as he ran for president,
Republican,
hated him. Yeah. So I think we're out of time, guys. But thanks. It was a great show, and trying to do it remote here is a little bit different. But I got to get out of that snow, so I'm here for a little while. Anyway, any last thoughts?
We can send some pictures of you and your Speedo on the beach.
Anthony, what's wrong with him?
I don't know.
Why is he always?
I don't
Why is
know.
he
Every
always
time I go on
envisioning me
vacation,
in a
he wants
Speedo?
videos of me doing the butterfly.
Because you can.
I know.
John, get your mind out of the gutter.
I'm just jealous. That's all. I'm here shoveling snow, living in the cold. Yep.
Well, all right. Thanks, guys. Good show, and thank you for watching on YouTube and Rumble and all our podcast networks. And don't forget to check us out on Spreely at Spreely.com. My name's Dan Wass, and the Second Amendment is not a privilege. It's your right.